All right. Welcome back to our next session of Secret of the Black Crag. Last time, our heroes, that's the wrong word, our crew of the Gilded Goose, under Captain Sarko Two-Legs, found themselves in the city of Port Fortune, under the Fort Albatross. Port Fortune is a pirate port in a place known as the Salamander Island. Place mostly uncharted, with many ruins from mysterious ancient civilizations and a recent arrival of a black, craggy island risen from the center. The island has unleashed certain dangers upon. Previously, our crew met with Port Fortune's fortune teller, Mama Fortuna, apparently a witch or seer of the city. She told fortunes, fortune-telling for a gold piece each, but when the captain asked if she had any work for the party, the crew, she did have one thing in mind. A man by the name of George, a pirate, she said, owed her a debt. But before he could repay that debt, he went and got himself hung by the neck until dead on a place known as Traitor's Arch. She had asked Ulysses McLeod to fetch the body, but when he proved to be a drunken loser who did not do the job, she cursed him and stole his sea legs, and causing him to be unable to walk anything above the water. The party, however, especially with such a good boy like Captain Sarko Two-Legs, as
a nice guy,
yes, would surely be able to succeed at such a trivial task as fetching the body of this George. The crew did so, sailing across the Salamander Islands over to Traitor's Arch, where mutineers and other traitors of the pirate code are executed. Upon arriving there, you found 3 bodies hanging by the neck from Traitor's Arch. Your description of George was not specific enough for you to identify which of the dried and mummified bodies were the George in question. You took down all 3, tied them up out of a retroactively wise sense of paranoia, and brought all 3 bodies onto your ship, the Gilded. In the night, the corpses, which you had tied up, began to move. You had discovered, when you brought the bodies down, that their mouths had been sewn shut before their execution. Dead men would tell no tales, as it were. When the sun set and the moon rose, correction, it was a new moon, so actually I guess it's a day after new moon. So after the crescent moon rose, the bodies began to move. They each seemed to try and speak through their sewn shut mouths, and the crew untied cut the thread around one of them. You started by freeing the mouth of the one who identified himself as Pete, later identified as Drunk by the others. Pete had but one request, a final drink, one last bottle of rum. The party acquiesced to Pete's request, and as he seemed to pass on to the next life, he gave you, he told you to take the map, the parchment in his pocket, which revealed a map. He explained that this map was to a smuggler's cache that he knew of from when he was a smuggler in a place called Smuggler's Spit. At least that's what his map calls it. About a mile-wide sandbar in the Salamander Islands. And his map says that somewhere on that sandbar, there is a hidden compartment buried under the sand that you will have to find. And Pete has encouraged you to take from the smugglers whatever you like. The other 2 bodies revealed themselves to be George and Tom. George, of course, was the one you intended to turn over to the mama, but Tom was a stranger to. Tom seemed only interested in his own freedom. He wished to be untied and allowed to join your crew so that he could continue to sail the sea and escape his death. George wished only to be returned home and buried next to his beloved wife. There was some discussion about what to do, whether or not to trust and release Tom, some talk of the advantages of an undead crewman who would happily man the watch all night long, without need of food or drink. But the crew was wary of this undead and didn't know whether or not they could trust them. In the morning, the bodies remained still. Pete seems dead. He seemed to move on after the drink and giving of the map, but the other two remained conscious through the night and only died again come sunrise. When you returned to Port Fortune, you stuck the body of George in a barrel, which you had King carry back to Mama Fortuna's hut, take it inside. She then reached into the corpse's mouth and pulled out his soul and put it in a jar. She thanked you and asked if you would please dispose of the body as she had, and then she paid you. She did not have gold or silver to pay you with. Mama Fortuna lives in a shack by the beach. She does not have much in the way of money, but she did have something possibly far better. She offered you each an elixir, a magic potion she had created, that would allow one to breathe underwater for at least an hour. You should see I have added to your inventory, you each have one Mama Fortuna's elixir of water breathing. This will allow... Yeah. It will allow you to breathe underwater for 1d6 plus 6 turns. A turn being 10 minutes. That's an adventuring turn, not a combat turn.
Okay.
So that is between 70 and 120 minutes.
Okay.
You will not...
where should that be in the inventory?
That should be in your inventory.
I'm looking at it, but I'm not seeing it in my inventory.
Yeah.
I have Sarko 2 Legs open right now, and I see it in your backpack. Mama Fortuna's elixir of water breathing.
I see rations, rope, tinderbox, and torch.
Looking at mine too, and I don't see it. Oh dear.
That's weird. I'm looking through my camera, and I can see Sarko's.
I could stream it if you'd like, and show you what I'm seeing.
Please do, because I'm looking at it through two different characters already, and I can see it. Anyone watching the video right now on YouTube in the future will be able to see it.
There you go.
All right, let me look.
I had to.
Okay, you're right. It isn't showing up on you. Okay, yeah. That's Foundry.
I made sure to close all of my tabs, though. I didn't want you to see the fact I was looking up pictures of broken tiles.
That's okay.
Broken tiles, huh? Okay.
Okay, don't judge what gets somebody off, okay? I mean, what?
I know
I would never.
I know this reference.
I know.
I know you know this reference.
Okay, I don't know why it's not showing up for you.
Because you have special KB vision that we just don't have.
I guess so, but I don't know why it would show up on my camera, which is just another player. Have you closed the character sheet and reopened it?
Let me try that. Also, anyways, I'll go do that real fast. Close it.
I see the broken tile in chat.
Nothing. I just posted it in the NSFW chat. Okay. Yeah, opening and closing it. This is
yeah, I opened and closed mine, and I have all my iron spikes and my mirrors and my daggers, but I don't have Mama Fortuna's juice.
It's fine. I think we.
I don't have Mama juice.
I think we can troubleshoot this once we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I won't be able to troubleshoot it without someone's help because
I'll stick around.
I can see it on both of my monitors.
Weird.
All right. I'll figure that out later. For now, the important part is you each have one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At the end of last session, unfortunately for our viewers, Zed's player Gorthang's player Zed, one of those ways around, has unfortunately needed to drop out of the campaign for now due to work-related reasons. And so, after having witnessed George's soul be stolen away by the witch, instead of what happened at the end of last session, you all see Gorthang suddenly grab his head and run in terror towards the Lich.
Oh, is small elf okay?
Maybe. I mean, if one of you guys want to go talk to him, it's all on you. But whatever they do on their time when they're off the clock really isn't up to me. Anyways, I'm planning on going over to that one little fucking island and getting all those nice shinies that we were told about by our friend.
It's a good idea.
Pom Pom think that's a good idea. Pom Pom also thinks that Gorthing was just practicing magic and just poofed away.
I mean, if he's a wizard, I don't know why he'd be working for me.
Well, they were an elf, and all elves are wizards.
Okay, thank you, voice in my head. You're right. But, then why is he working for me? Anyways, guys.
A fair question. However, King, you are currently standing in town with a barrel of corpse. What are you going to do with that?
Oh, yeah.
Get the acid!
What'd you say?
Get the acid! Dissolve the body!
Oh! Where acid?
You don't have that much acid.
Pom Pom, do you have a vial of acid in your pocket? And follow-up question, why do you have a vial of acid in your pocket?
Pom Pom doesn't know what you're talking about.
Also, I noticed you have spikes and knives, and it sounds like your inventory is nothing but spikes and knives. And now I'm extremely concerned.
Pom Pom uses those as part of Pom Pom's performance. Haven't you ever seen somebody juggle 10 daggers before?
Just 2 hours of sword swallowing, and nothing but sword swallowing.
I've seen somebody juggle 9 daggers, but when they tossed in the 10 one, that's when it all went sideways. Okay, so let's go get this.
Pom Pom is currently carrying 10 daggers
it's okay.
and 36 iron spikes. And a hammer. And 3 mirrors for some reason.
You never know when we're gonna have to do some mirror trick chicanery, okay?
Yes, chicanery.
So King, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take that corpse over to the graveyard, bury the guy next to his wife, because apparently Gorfang really wanted that.
King was
we'll call it. Or what?
King was just going to throw into ocean.
Okay, is everybody just want to throw into the ocean? Alright.
I mean,
Pom Pom thinks swimming with the fishes is appropriate.
Okay, let's go take it back on the ship. We'll toss it overboard when we're out of here and nobody sees us disposing of bodies in, like, the center of fucking town. But that sounds great, guys.
I know we should give them a proper burial, but that sounds like a lot of work.
I don't want to explain any of this to anybody. We'd have to explain it to the priest, and I don't want him to think terrible in case I need to pay him to, like, fix any, like...
curse.
Remove a curse... Get rid of warts, which is basically a curse, shit that just happened.
And man no longer inside soul, so bury behind woman, not make sense.
Yeah, none of this matters anymore. Let's go. Let's go head over to the boat. We can discuss this when we're not in the middle of town. What do y'all think? And then, you know what? After that, we can all go rest our legs a bit and figure out what we want to do, okay?
All right.
Great, sounds like a plan.
All right.
Anyways,
so,
yeah.
I want to draw your attention, please, to a new tab, a new scene that you have access to along the top of your screen, the calendar.
Oh.
So you can click over to the calendar at any time. I've made that accessible to the players. And this is just where I'm going to be keeping track of how many days have passed. You started on day 1, which was payday for the crew. Which was assumed to have been handled before the campaign began. It has been 3 days since then. You set out, you went to Trader's Arch on day, and you returned on day 3.
Okay.
When we get around to the first again, that will be payday for the crew. The first, to remind you, on the first of each lunar month, the crew expects to be played. The Gilded Goose requires at least 10 hands to operate at maximum effectiveness. Each sailor demands a wage of 10 gold pieces a month. The ship also requires a navigator, which requires a specially trained individual who can demand 150 gold pieces in wages. Thus, your monthly labor costs are 250 gold pieces. 3 days in, Captain Sarko, you have currently collected 0 gold pieces and a magic potion.
Okay. Yeah, but you say that we've swayed favor with a sea witch. As far as concerned,
I'm not saying that isn't a good first 3 days. I am simply saying, less than
Money.
days,
Yeah.
25 days remain.
Once we get to day 15, that's when I'm gonna start sweating and getting green around the gills. But we've got time. Anyways, we're gonna go over to that sandbar, dig around, and
Yeah.
get that all sorted. While we're doing that, we're also gonna try and keep our eyes peeled for anybody that's like, "Why are you digging around in our sandbar?" Okay, guys, sound great.
Yes.
Right.
So let's
Right.
go ahead and head over there.
I'm going to snap your view over to the Salamander Islands. And, all right. We shall begin, beginning day 3 of adventure. First, I will roll for weather and wind.
When do you have the time to draw these, Viv?
Weather is clear, and there is a strong breeze, increasing your movement rate by 1/3. So instead of moving 15 squares, you may move 20 squares.
Ooh.
Captain, please draw your intended course. Keep in mind, you must stay within 4 hexes of land, or you will risk becoming lost.
So where is this location that we're trying to get to, if I can?
Yes, you have the map. Let me pull up the sailing music.
Yeah.
Smuggler's Spit is right here. This little 1 mile wide island.
Oh,
Oof, that's a bit of a trek.
Yeah, so it will take at least, it'll take more than a day to get there, most likely. Although with the wind in your favor.
9, 20. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and draw. Spur right here. So 1. Can I draw? Come on, come on. Don't want to draw a rectangle. Let me freehand this. Gonna go. I hit the
Let's
drawing
see.
tool. I don't want to collect select. Draw a rectangle, ellipse, draw a polygon. Freehand! Thank God. 1. Okay, I'm assuming we don't count the starting square, right?
Right, so moving into this hex is 1. 1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 10.
would we save any time going through that straight and Jade Eye?
15, 20.
Aha.
Does this get us there?
That will get you there. That will get you there if you're willing to go between those islands like that. Yeah.
I'll do it to save time.
All right.
Time is money, as it were. And you know what? Maybe something interesting will happen. If we get in a fight, sure, we might die. Or, hear me out, we'll get to sell those people's shoes.
All right. The ship, the Gilded Goose, sets sail. Make your way up north, passing close to a place known as the Siren's Claws. You see to your to the west a really rough area of the sea where there's many craggy rocks jutting straight outwards out of the ocean. Your ship could sail through it, but you do see it would be a stressful adventure nonetheless. And of course, you see the 3 main islands of the Siren's Claws with large, towering spikes of stone. Continuing onward, peering to your west, you move past what the maps call Jade Island. One moment. Where on? Oh yes, you're gonna sail right past that. Yes. As you make your way up here, you spot something in this hex along the shore. You see a shipwreck. There's a cargo vessel washed up on the stands. As far as you can tell from your spyglass and looking through your spyglass from the crow's nest, you don't see any damage on the ship, but it is washed up on the shore there.
We're going to stop. Well, we're not going to stop. We're going... Yeah, we'll stop. We'll stop for this. What do you guys say?
Yeah, we're pirates. Let's steal everything.
Well, everything that... Yeah, well, fair. Nothing on... Well, nothing's bolted down, so we might as well. All right, let's get over there. We'll stop and we'll go ahead and give it a look.
All right. You stop.
Well, let me... Go ahead. We're not going to walk straight up to it. I have things in mind, but yeah.
All right. How would you like to approach?
So what we're going to do is we're going to stop, and we are going to create an away party. I'm going to take all of the named characters, as well as I'm going to say, I'm assuming the characters who are named are the only ones who are willing to partake of violence and danger, right?
Yes. So your typical sailors are not. You do not have to give them a share of treasure. They are salaried experts, but they are unwilling to go on adventures.
Okay. Well,
So
I'd be able to.
They might go to shore insofar as like rowing a boat of supplies or something to you, but they're not going to go into mysterious shipwrecks or into ruins or traipsing through the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. That checks out. So, in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to go to land a short ways away from the boat. We're not going to go straight to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to spend about 30 minutes, like, eyeing up the thing through a spyglass, trying to look for any kind of movement or hints of danger before we go in. I don't want to, like, go up there and notice, like, a, bunch of guys coming out of the jungle, like, hey, yo, what are you doing? Shit like that.
Of course.
So we're gonna spend some time scouting this thing out and making sure that it's safe before we move in to take our cut.
All right. That makes sense to me. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna make a duplicate Sarco token that I'm gonna shrink down to use to mark when there's an away party.
I am so
All right.
happy that I have a peg leg.
Away party.
Want to know how I got the peg leg?
Ow.
I cut myself on a nail when I was 12. I
Oh.
got really infected.
Oh.
What, were you expecting something exciting?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Arr, type 2 diabetes.
Oh, you always come up with the best stuff, you cursed motherfucker.
All right.
Okay.
So you put this plan into motion. You stop the boat. They drop anchor. You get into the rowboats, and you make your way down a couple of miles south of the shipwreck. You disembark, and you begin making your way towards the shipwreck, and then from a safe distance away, you watch it for how long did you say you intended to watch?
About 30 minutes.
Okay, about 30 minutes. All right. Checking my notes real quick. 30 minutes pass. You don't see any sign of movement, any sign of individuals there in the ship. Anything moving around other than, some birds fly over, ordinary looking animals. Nothing scary. The ship itself, I guess you really can't tell that from this far out. But yeah, the ship itself is, despite the map that I'm about to take you over to, the ship is mostly intact. It looks as if it just washed up on the shore.
In that case, friends, I suppose we're moving in. Any objections?
Well, I don't have visibility.
Yes, nobody has visibility. What are your tokens?
Oh god. At first it was my leg, now it's my eyes.
No.
The curse of glaucoma.
Wait, I just realized this is Jade Isle. The monkeys are responsible for this. Be careful.
Okay, hear me out. We'll be able to see the monkeys or away from the tree line. Let's get in here.
I'm enabling vision one token at a time. I'll need to set up your default token properly. All right.
No
King
monkeys.
looks to the group.
Yes.
King looks to the group and just says, "Ship is unguarded. It is duck that sits."
The
Hey,
on the
getting
side.
better at it. Go ahead.
On the side of the ship, you can see that the ship is called the Stalwart.
Seems like it was more stalwart than its crew.
Yes.
Alright, friends. Okay, so I'm going. Okay, so so who here would like to volunteer to take point?
I'll go.
Okay. I have to go check my character sheet. I'm trying to figure out who here actually has the most hit points.
None of you have very many.
I have yeah, but it's still worth it. Oh, wait, no. Oh no, I grabbed my I'm drawing instead of dragging. Okay, let's go here. Okay, token control. Let's grab.
Oh, I forget that's what that button does. Sorry, I was just trying to look at my skill and not show it to everybody.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get ourselves ready to explore this fun little thing.
Mhm.
Okay, next thing. So, Muller. Okay, so is Mullery Sir Davy Goodman's, help?
Yes. Yes. Deeves, feel free to play Mullery.
Well, I had a suggestion here.
In sort of situations like this, moving him around, and you'll choose his actions in combat.
Mullery, your job is as follows. You're going to hide yourself amongst the whatever the heck you can here, and you're going to keep an eye out in case anybody starts approaching the ship. Okay? If we start yelling for help, you come in and you help us too. If there's any commotion, you come in and you help us too. But unless that is the case, you are to sit here and maintain watch.
Aye, Captain.
Okay.
He salutes and readies his musket, ready to fire at any horrible beastie which might approach.
Okay. Next, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go first, Goodman. Let's go ahead and head over to that boat there and start inspecting it for treasure.
Righto.
Why'd I move off the map? Drags Pom Pom off the map. Don't worry, she's just clipping out of bounds.
I am going to go ahead and pull out my mace and be ready, by the way.
All right. So go ahead and approach.
King will take point because no one else.
We're checking the boat, right? Or the little dinghy boat? Or what?
You wanted to check
the big.
All right. So there is a little dinghy here, but the dinghy itself has fallen off the side of the ship. It has several empty barrels, and there is the containers that were in this dinghy have been torn open, and the everything has been ransacked. Seems you're not the first person to look at Goodman.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Unfortunately, I think we're the first ones getting first pickings here, sir.
Oh, well, if anything, that at least means that this place is less likely to be inhabited. I'm considering having a voice in my head. Do we have a carpenter?
I mean, your ship, many of your sailors can fill the role of basic repairs, but you don't have like a especially skilled ship's carpenter.
I was thinking about if this turns out to be safe, having a few of them come down here and take out some suitably strong boards and stuff so that we can use them for ship repairs on a later day.
Oh, that's absolutely doable. Although from the outside, it looks like the ship itself might still be salvageable.
The entire ship.
It will need new sails, but the ship's hull itself is intact. I know my map looks a little worse, but that
gives me an idea then.
The art that I had available.
That gives me an idea then. What are the odds that we'll be able to take this just to port and sell it wholesale?
You might need to bring more sailors, or either that, or sort of come up with some way of managing both ships on a skeleton crew. But that is plausible.
Oh, I was thinking about just getting it out the port and using some ropes or something to try and connect it to ours, and then just tugging it back to port. Or is that not exactly a feasible solution?
That seems feasible. I'm not sure how you would prevent it from bumping into your ship.
Yeah, that could be
point.
Dangerous.
Damn, yeah. I guess we could stay here, but do we have money to buy sails? That's the real question.
No. He's like, you have zero income coming in to pay your current crew, and are like, so you're telling me we need to expand?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Wait, okay.
I
I don't know if KB would let this fly, but I technically have like rope that is actually reflavored to be like magician scarves. I have no idea if I have enough to like fashion them into like a shitty enough sail to give it more stability.
Actually,
Pom-Pom has clown magic, that's right.
Actually, no. Question. Can you, how many sails does a ship need to operate, actually operate at
let me see. So this would be probably equivalent to your ship, which means, let me see, I believe yours is a one-mast ship, so assuming it's equivalent, you would really only need one sail.
Is this ship...
Even if it were a larger ship, if you're really just trying to limp it into port, you don't need it necessarily. You could sell it as is, right?
Yeah. Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea to make some cash with this. It's not as good as we want it to be, but I've got it. Let's check this place first and make sure it's nice and licked clean. But
King will check.
No. Yeah, we'll take whatever we can get from this ship that we can find right now. And find anything valuable at all. Try to get enough to get some sail, get a single sail. Come back.
I would like to peek into this trapdoor.
All right. King, as you peer inside the wreck of the Stalwart, you can see inside that there are some skeletons of the ship's former crew, stripped of any clothing or weapons. Looking around, there are scratch marks and blood stains on the wall. There was a fight here.
Scratch.
Are there any cannons left?
Negative.
Of course. Okay, let's go ahead and, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and, around here a bit more.
Many men killed.
Well,
Bone picked clean.
well, guess that means that it must have been a while ago. Wonder what they fought over.
Yeah. Whatever killed these men, it was a while back, as the corpses have decayed to just bone.
Alright,
Quite a while.
let's go ahead and, look around. Let's go ahead and look, Guys, do you want to go ahead and just descend into the guts of this ship and start looking around for goodies and what have you?
I will throw the trapdoor open.
All right.
King will open up this neat little hatch over here.
All right. We'll start with King. King, you throw
Okay.
open the hatch and you reveal basically the ship's cargo hold. Inside, the hold has clearly been ransacked. There are empty crates and barrels everywhere. However, you notice mixed amongst all of the normal, cargo containing objects you would expect to find, you find a lot of broken animal cages thrown around the room.
Oh!
Do you wish?
Oh no!
Do you wish to take the time to do a thorough search of the cargo hold?
I think so.
Okay.
I say we
The
take
monkeys. They
King
escaped.
have idea.
All right.
Creature in cage. Escape.
Ooh,
Kill all men. Eat
I
flesh.
see what happens.
Leave bone.
They thought they had creatures in cages, but then they became the creatures in the cage themselves, you see, because they were trapped in the ship with a bunch of murderous monsters.
Yes.
It's a story that writes itself in blood on the walls. Alright, let's go ahead and start the search, guys. Let's take our time and make sure we check this place thoroughly.
All right. Davy Goodman, you search through all of the various containers and hatches that you could find on the surface, but without going through any of the doors into the interior, you don't find much of value. There's some rope, there's some, wooden mallets. The ship's anchor is still here, but for the most part, nothing of any real serious value. King, Sarko, and Pom-Pom, as you search the cargo hold, you find a lot of battered containers, broken cages, multiple ones of them, empty barrels and crates. But you do find hidden, sort of under a barrel or under a crate that was knocked over, under the lid, you find a unusual object. It's looks like a parrot made of brass with clockwork pieces in it to make its beak move and wings flap. There is a switch on the back and a key for winding it.
King will excitedly turn the key and flip the switch.
Do it.
Oh boy.
All right. The parrot squawks and makes a sound that's its mouth opens and it says, "Repeating, last recording." And then the last recording plays, and the last recording is the sound of men screaming and monkeys hollering.
I told you it was the talking monkeys.
Oh,
my
that's
gosh.
great. Well, you know what? I'm so happy that we've been able to confirm that it was angry monkeys. Anyways,
Not just
friends,
angry monkeys, angry talking monkeys.
Okay, guys. Well, great news. I figured out exactly how we're going to be able to make a bunch of money off of this boat, and it's very simple.
Hmm?
We're going to go ahead and head straight back to port, sell that fucking parrot, use
But
that...
King likes shiny bird.
King, listen to me. We'll sell the parrot, use the proceeds to get the sail, to make this, use the proceeds to get a sail, put it on this ship, bring the ship to port, and sell it, and I think we'll make a lot of money.
Enough to buy another
Um,
shiny parrot?
One day we'll get you a shiny parrot, King. That's a promise. Today, well, that right there is a cut of the share for everybody. So I'm afraid we need to sell it because not everybody here can have a nice parrot if it only belongs to you, King.
Well, I mean, if everyone's making Bioshock-style audio logs, I just feel foolish if we're not. You know, I just feel silly if we don't have a recording parrot.
You don't understand, Sir David Goodman. The moment you start recording things is the moment you're going to die, so somebody can find your recording next to your cursed corpse, so they could solve the mystery of how you died.
Pom-Pom's lawyer also says it's incriminating to leave behind such easy evidence.
God, yeah, imagine. I mean, I imagine if I started talking, I fell for the mental trap of explaining the parrot your evil, insidious plans. I mean, you're just begging for a group of adventurers to start snooping around your ship and learn that you're the big bad. You can't do that.
But it's such convenient environmental storytelling.
You see, Sir Davey, that's why you have to have a thing called genre savviness. Anyways, did we find anything else on the ship, or is that the only thing that's not rope and what have you?
Well, that is you've searched the cargo hold. There are other sections of the ship. You can see the crew's quarters and the captain's quarters have not been.
We'll check the captain's quarters.
All right, you make your way up and you go into the captain's quarters. The captain's quarters have also been ransacked. You see his bed has been ripped to shreds. His cabinets all flung open. There is a skeleton at his desk with a skull cracked open.
I salute that. I salute the corpse on the desk.
King salutes as well, not understanding the gesture.
Also, on the desk, one of the few things that was not taken is a ledger.
I'm going to go ahead and check the ledger then.
All right.
Yeah.
The ledger shows the mostly mundane trading of the Stalwart. Its last several ports of call, the cargo it was hauling at various times to places. Most very mundane things, except for the last bit of cargo, which was a crate of circus monkeys and one gorilla.
Oh!
Pom-Pom didn't hear about the talking gorilla.
Oh no. Everything went downhill after they killed the gorilla. Anyways, guys.
Oh, no!
Wait a minute. Oh boy, guys, you know what happened? They got within range of the island, and their monkeys became violent as soon as they became within range of the island. This is a simian cognito hazard.
Big word.
Okay, allow me to explain. Allow me to explain it this way for you, friend. A cognito hazard is a big word for something that messes with your brain meats and makes you dangerous because it fucks with your head, okay? It's like saying the game to somebody from the 21st century.
Lost the game.
Oh, make brain go bonker.
What I'm trying to say here, and this is very important, is we should never ever do anything with monkeys ever. But to say this, I don't think they're gonna find anything in the crew quarter. I think what we do is we'll leave this boat here. We'll go ahead and head straight back to port. And try to sell that bird. What are the odds this
wonders
What are the
if
odds?
we leave the boat alone, then some other crew could get the boat.
Well, in that case, do you guys want to stay here? Do you guys want to stay here? I'll go back on our boat. I'll drive it off there and come back. And hopefully y'all are fine. I mean, y'all will definitely be fine.
Well, I'm growing more and more concerned by the minute that I'm going to be gored by a gorilla.
Okay, now you have to understand. And here's the thing about gorillas. I don't think anybody here is a very sneaky gorilla. You're going to sit here. A very funny joke, but everybody, you're going to stay here on this boat. Keep everything nice and safe. We'll be back as soon as possible. We are going to sell that clockwork bird, get that mast, come here, bring this to port, make a lot of money. Okay, friends?
Make sure to haggle and say that the parrot is a lot more exclusive and rare than it actually is to get more gold.
Oh, I'm going to say, don't worry, I'm going to say that my cousin Pete was on this damn thing and that parrot meant a lot to him. or whatever. I'm gonna look that bastard in the eyes and be like, now this parrot.
If King
Don't-
see gorilla, King will wrestle.
My goal is
Look
to
on
at
their
least make
heartstrings.
whatever
Pom Pom's
happens.
lawyer says there's nothing immoral about making somebody emotional for the sake of getting money.
All I know is whenever a fucking person running a shop gives you a quote, you can usually haggle them up at least 30-40%. Anyways, let's go ahead and start skedat. Anyways, y'all can stay here. I'm going to go ahead, get on the dinghy, and head off. Sound like a plan?
We're
And
splitting the party.
Sounds like a plan.
I think as you do that, I'm gonna go look at the crew cabins because we're gonna be staying the night.
that's true. Y'all
So-
have the time, so.
All right.
When they go back to port, the merchant's like, best I can do is $2. And the captain's like, why? And then he gestures around, and there's like 7 poorly hidden audio tapes just around the town. You can't help but trip over one.
Okay.
Everyone's got 7 different clockwork parrots to record all of their environmental storytelling.
Oh, I'm also
Yeah.
going to go ahead and delete all of. Can I delete all of the previous messages on the parrot and replace it with like?
Yes. When you examine the parrot, you see that its switch has a record it has a switch on the back, and one direction that King flipped previously causes it to play back the previous recording, and the other direction causes it to record new audio, which replaces the old.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give it some bogus audio so that it doesn't. So that I can make this. So I can say that this is definitely something I've had for a while, instead of it, being some junk I found literally Tuesday.
Also, probably a good idea to not go, hey, I have this recording device. What does it record? The sounds of screams and death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be very awkward if he turns it on. It's just that, and I'm like, don't worry. That's just because I found it, Paul grave robbing. Anyways.
More questions than answers.
Maybe it'd make him realize that I'm the type of person that will consider murdering him. Anyways.
And maybe that's
it's a
the way
pirate
that you
port.
get the
That's-
price up.
Yeah, but anyways, I'll be like, what's that? And I'll be like, what I did to the last guy. They didn't give me a fair fucking deal.
I mean, you can try, but he might report you to the governor.
Which I
Yeah.
have no intention of doing. The governor is a very nice man who I have the utmost respect for. Let's go ahead and head back to port while y'all do more search.
All right.
Of course.
So Captain Sarko is going off on his own, returning to the ship, splitting the party as you do. Meanwhile, everyone else makes themselves comfortable. You search the rest of the ship, but as time goes by, there's really nothing else to find here. The crew have all been stripped of all of their valuables, their weapons, their armor, if they had any, their clothes, down to their bones. Everything has been taken. The food and supplies has all been ransacked as well. On the plus side, that means there's no rotting bread down there, but there's also no, the rum is gone. I'm sorry.
Aww.
In the crew quarters, for the most part, it seems they even stole the hammocks. But you do find enough material to make yourselves comfortable enough. Sort of the shredded remains of a bed.
Yeah.
To lay down, because it will be at least a day or two before the captain is able to return. All right.
Okay.
Once the captain is gone, none of you have dark vision.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, does King have
Very
infravision?
scary thing to say.
No, King does not have infravision. Okay.
Nope.
So
Pom Pom doesn't have dark vision, but Pom Pom can hide in the shadows, which is what Pom Pom is going to do when it becomes nightfall.
Yeah.
Very-
Same, actually.
of course. But my question then is, you didn't need to roll that just yet.
Sorry.
My question though is, when the sun begins to set, what are you doing in terms of illumination? Because I will point you to the calendar. We are very early in the lunar cycle. There is only a crescent moon out tonight.
Yeah.
It will be quite dark. So, what are you guys doing for illumination?
Well,
I
Goodman's
think I
got
have-
a lantern and some oil.
don't. No, I do have torches. Yes, I will use a torch.
Pom Pom also has torches. Pom Pom can contribute.
All right. I will remind you that a torch only lasts for 1 hour.
Oh
Can I
dear.
make a personal suggestion, or should I be quiet because I'm off screen?
You should be quiet because you're off stream. Let's see if they can figure it out.
I'm gonna use
Now,
the restroom, by the way. Then y'all have fun.
all
Okay.
right.
I think maybe we should make a bonfire on the beach.
I
I
want
was
to
about to say,
add
can
one
we
more.
make a fire?
I do
Yeah.
want to add one more bit of information, and that is, since Davy Goodman said he had a lantern. A lantern does.
Oh!
A lantern. Each flask of oil will last for 24 turns in an oil lantern, which is 4 hours. So if you have 2 flasks of oil, that would provide lantern light for the night.
That's good.
Casting a light in a 30-foot radius around the lantern. But if you don't have that much oil, you will probably need to light a fire. And you can certainly do a bonfire on the beach.
I think I will do a bonfire on the beach. That sounds fun anyways.
Pom Pom will help collect sticks and things from the debris and nearby whatever's plants.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
King takes some old, like, busted crates and barrels that are very dry wood and, chucks some sand.
And Pom Pom practices some juggling on some like thin, skinny slivers of wood, and then performatively tosses them into the fire as she does so.
So funny, I was just about to draw a little fire on the that it just appeared.
I have a tile for that already set up.
Perfect.
So let me make a light, and then
Dear.
let me make it a flickering light.
Oh! Well, that's fancy.
Whoa.
As I transition to darkness.
Oh.
Gifts.
All right.
Cool.
You light the fire on the beach, and night come. You're ready to rest.
So real quick,
What?
I was gonna have Mullery stationed over here by the rock, kind
Mhm.
of as a sentry with Goodman's lantern. You guys think that's a good idea, or should we all be hauled around this fire now? You think?
I think having a lookout isn't a bad idea.
Okay.
There's an additional little light over there.
All right. In that case, he will give off 30 feet of light as well over there.
Right.
Pom Pom can go in and out of hiding in shadows if it would be nice to have somebody who just isn't around a light source. That's something that I think because King has that ability too, we could take shifts and
Yeah, we
just
could.
like hiding,
Yeah.
just in case.
Where's our hiding spot?
It can be off to like the bow of the ship here, somewhere around like these like plants and shadows here.
Yeah.
In that crate.
Yeah, that crate.
So just to make Goodman's job easier, we're gonna have a gorilla-sized lizard just skulking around in darkness,
Uh-huh.
running
Yeah.
around.
Or a very Technicolor clown.
Both are very brightly colored. You'll recognize.
We're brightly colored to ward off predators. They're signals that we're toxic. Don't bite me. I'm poisonous.
All right.
All right. In the middle of the night, what's your plan? Are you planning on staying up all night, or are you going to sleep in shifts?
Shift. Me and Pom Pom are taking shifts because we both have the hide and check.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll switch out with Mullery in the middle of the night.
Okay. Then at this point, we'll just use the map as we are. While Goodman and Pom Pom are sleeping next to the fire, while Mullery and King are on watch, I need a player character to roll a d6 to see if you are surprised. King, you are the one on watch,
Uh-oh.
so you get to make the roll.
Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh. That doesn't seem like a good roll.
No. No. As a result of 1 or 2 means that your side is surprised.
Damn it!
I'm now going to make a which this means that whatever has found you has initiative, as it were. And I'm going to make a reaction roll to determine what their stance is.
Oh boy.
And I think they're going to lean towards that. So I'm going to apply that.
Oh no.
All right. Received unfriendly reaction. Emerging from the darkness of the jungle, you see four monkeys, but these are not just any monkeys. These monkeys are decked out in full pirate uniforms, shirts and pants and hats, and carrying knives. The pirate monkeys are hostile, howling and brandishing swords. They one of them in the front raises his sword up high with his tail and says, "This our island. You go. Never come back."
Who said?
Goodman, Pom-Pom, you're awoken from your sleep by the sound of this hollering as the monkeys dance around to the edge of the firelight, brandishing weapons. "You go. Go
Good
back
God.
where you came, or we kill you."
We can't go. The captain took the ship.
We will go when Captain comes and picks us up again. Pom-Pom and everyone else don't mean any trouble.
If you not go, you come with us. We take you to the captain. He'll know what to do with you.
Who, Captain?
Captain.
See.
Captain. Big one.
That's like Pom-Pom whispers to herself loud enough that Davy Goodman can hear it. That's definitely the gorilla.
Mullery comes running over. Sir Goodman, I think that there's hostile monkeys over here.
Oh, you sussed that out, did you?
They didn't catch me by surprise, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The monkeys sort of advance closer, their weapons in hand, and they say, "You coming peacefully, or are we gonna have to get messy?"
King will look to the group, unsure.
Yeah, Goodman's a coward. Goodman's a coward. He's at a ready stance with his rifle, but he'll wave it up and surrender. No.
Mullery, sir.
Okay, we'll see your captain.
Sir, are we really surrendering to dirty apes?
Monkeys are not apes. They're monkeys. They have tails.
Well,
Tails, which are currently brandishing swords.
Yeah. Pom-Pom thinks it's unwise to put up a fight, considering there's probably more monkeys where this came from.
Mullery will lower his rifle.
we're low on options since our captain's apparently abandoned.
All right. So you will surrender and allow the pirate monkeys, to take you prisoner?
I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, Captain.
Oh dear.
Marilyn, are you back from your bathroom break? No, Marilyn's still deafened. Okay, never mind. We'll continue.
Okay.
We'll do the. I lost it. So okay, I need to group these tokens so I can copy them to a new map.
Oh. So when they take us prisoner, do they like steal our items or anything?
Yes.
Do they like try to? Oh.
Yes. So the monkeys come and they will strip you of your weapons. They won't bother taking your clothes or your armor, but they do take your weapons. They are aware of what guns are. So they do take your muskets, and if any of you have pistols, they'll take those as well. Does anyone want to try and like hide a weapon from them? Pom-Pom.
Pom-Pom has a lot of stuff that Pom can definitely try to hide. I think if anything, this feels like it would be one of those cliches in the movie where it's like, okay, give me your weapons. All of them is then everything. Pom-Pom pulls out a tiny dagger that she's hidden.
Are these? Oh no, what's happening? Are the pirate monkeys here?
Right. So
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. The pirate monkeys came in the middle of the night and demanded that the party leave or they would face violence. And the party's like, we can't leave. The captain took the ship. They're like, okay, well, you have to come to us to see the captain. He'll know what to do with you. And they have surrendered to the pirate monkeys and are being taken to their leader.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you've been disarmed, stripped of all of your weapons, and Pom-Pom, if you want to try and hold on to one of your daggers through this disarming process, I will have you make a dexterity check.
Wait, did you guys start a fire instead of just hiding in the darkness?
Yes, they did.
Oh no! Why didn't you just hide inside of the ship, pitch dark? Oh no!
Pitch dark.
What's the fun in that? I wanted to see the talking monkeys.
Oh
quite
no!
frankly.
Who could resist a beach bonfire? I mean, that's such summer vibes.
me over here. This island is known for its fucking talking evil monkeys, and you just, this is, tear to my eye. You guys have fun.
Wait, okay, before this all happens, because I don't know how, like, a dexterity check works and, like, what the modifiers are, I would like to know, like, my odds before I do this and suffer quencies. I want to have informed consent.
Oh, okay, of course, of course, very important. So an ability check is in the system is a D20 roll, and you are trying to roll under your attribute.
Okay.
So you have a 15, so you want to roll you would need to roll a 15 or less on the D20.
Those are pretty good odds.
Yeah, you could do it.
I'll do. And then it says situational modifier. I assume I'm not putting anything there.
Yeah, just leave that blank for now. There you go. 4. That's well under a 15. Pom Pom, you in the process of being disarmed, you managed to hold on to one dagger, which is hidden under your dress or in your blouse or somewhere on you. Somewhere the monkeys did not discover. Right. The monkeys lead you through the night and on an all-night march back to their base of operation. You don't get a lot of sleep tonight. You're all quite groggy, but by morning, you arrive outside of a ruined temple in the jungle, with the monkeys surrounding you, leading you as their prisoner. I'm gonna switch to Secret of Monkey Island. The monkeys.
I love this. I love this.
The monkeys approach the entrance, and it looks to be the ruins of an ancient temple. You don't quite know much about it. It's crumbling walls, gripped in woody vines and thick moss. You could hear the howls of monkeys within. As you enter, they open the door, leading you into this first room. In here, in the light of Mullery's lantern, which I guess he's still carrying.
Yeah.
He relights. The 3-foot set of stairs leads up into the stone doors, which the monkeys push open. In here, you see several bronze dishes, which look quite valuable, with piles of half-eaten and rotten fruit littering the floor.
Ugh.
The sounds of monkeys celebrating and hollering from the north door is quite noticeable. The monkeys lead you straight forward to this door, where they open it. Inside, there's a whole bunch more pirate monkeys, hanging around and jumping on these pillars and things. In the back of this room, you can see a 3-foot-tall jade statue of a winged deity in some sort of meditative pose, wrapped up in vines. The face is almost human, with blank expression, save for 3 pairs of large bulbous eyes. And in the statue's hands, it is holding a trident made of red gold.
Oh.
I want that.
And, it's holding the red gold trident in one hand, and in the other hand, it is holding a triangular gemstone, which you look at and it feels as if it is glowing within from some sort of internal power. The jade statue.
Ching want that.
The jade statue itself radiates an aura of mental clarity. You feel calm as you view it. But when you look away, the concern of these armed and angry-looking monkeys returns to you. But when you look at the statue, you feel calm again. Come on! The monkey yoinks on your clothes. Come on! This way to the captain's quarters. And they drag you.
Fine. What statue?
Statue's always been. They lead you up to this door here, and they open it. As they open the door, another pirate monkey carrying a large bronze dish of fruit, sort of half-eaten, sort of scatters out, running between you, heading out to, no doubt, get more supplies to feed the captain. As you enter into this room, you see the leader of the monkeys. Let me pull up his character art for you.
Pom Pom was right. Gorilla moment.
Yes,
He's got an insane mean mug.
he does. Entering into this room, you see a gorilla dressed in a captain's garb. Obviously, the jacket and hat of the captain of the stalwart. He lounges on a throne made up of the torn-up flagstones of the temple. Who are you? He grunts. Pirates! The monkeys exclaim. We found them by the old ship. Good job. Thank you for bringing them to. The captain looks down at you from his chair. You were in luck. I don't want to kill you.
Good.
Oh, thank you.
I
want
have.
to marry you. Carry on, sorry.
There is a treasure here, but my crew are too weak and stupid to find it. You will get for us whatever is beyond the Sundo. In exchange, we will let you go.
Sounds simple.
Pom Pom says that we're gonna need all of our stuff back if we're gonna have to go out and get some treasure.
King agrees.
You can't expect us to do that without our weapons, would you?
I do not think your weapons will help you with the Sundor, but very well. They will be returned before you go down the hall.
It is beyond Sundor.
We do not know, but we know it. We suspect it is great treasure. No one has ever reached the Sundor.
Interesting. Okay.
Nobody?
No.
Nobody.
The captain stands up from his, rises from his throne. You can see that in addition to his massive physical form and clothing, he is wearing a cutlass on his belt.
Ooh.
Also, as he approaches, you can see that he is quite well decorated. You see on each of his stubby gorilla fingers, there are jeweled rings. One on each finger and thumb. A small fortune in gold and gems.
Jeez, okay.
And around his neck is a stone key. On a string around his neck is a stone key. We
Still
showed...
trying to get over the fact that he looks like a Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls, and it's really messing with me.
Mojo Captain. All right. Captain will then say, I show you to Sundor.
Maybe as this is happening, Pom Pom's gonna kind of whisper among the party to just be like, should we tell him about the captain? I mean, the captain's gonna be coming back, or the monkey's gonna like find out and be mad if we don't tell him.
Oh, no, I think that's our only way out of this. I think we should just delay long enough for our captain to come back.
Go along for now.
Okay, but I don't know how the captain's gonna help against this many monkeys, but yeah, sure. I mean, maybe the Sundoors will be fine. We'll get it done before the captain even gets back.
King not scared of Sundor. King opened many doors in life.
Now that Marilyn's back, though, we should go back and visit Captain Sarko. You guys aren't here.
No,
Yeah,
I've been
well,
deleted
wish we
from
were.
this such reality.
I like to. Oh man, Sarko's just in his fucking place right here. Stacking a bunch of trying to stack a bunch of pencils in a way that a bunch of quills in a way that looks neat despite the swaying of the sea.
Yeah.
Anyways,
while you-
voice in my head. Why are you laughing at? Why are you giggling over there? Man, just sitting there having an entirely peaceful time. I'm so happy that my crew is competent enough to not get captured. They're definitely fine right now.
I'm so glad that nothing bad is happening to my crew. Meanwhile, Captain, you are sailing back. Let's go over to the Salamander Islands map. So let's see. You spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of your movement getting to Jade Island. But then you spent at least an hour on the island. So you're only going to be able to get most of the way back before night. We'll say around right there. So you will be spending a night at sea on the Gilded Goose. We'll pop back over to the Gilded Goose map. We never actually declared it, but your intention was to dump Drunk Pete and George overboard.
Is one of them not dead yet? Is one of them still alive?
Yeah. So Tom is still Tom. So do you have are you throwing? Are you just gonna throw Tom's body overboard with the rest and let that sort itself out, or are you going to do something else with this undead pirate who
If I
wants to
remember
join your crew?
correctly, the vote was he's not allowed on the crew, right?
Yeah, the crew sort of decided to get that you couldn't trust him, so he's still tied
Okay.
up.
I'm gonna go downstairs and talk to the guy.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to the Gilded Goose and, bring myself down there. Hey, Tom.
Have you decided? Can I join
Well-
your crew?
Well, I'm afraid there was a bit of controversy over the topic, and I'm afraid the consensus was, after we threw it to a vote, that we will not be needing your services. That being said, I have no intention of just murdering you, unless that's what you want, given your current circumstance. Which means we are going to discuss the best way to handle. I am considering stopping the ship a little ways off of, from Port Fortune, and just letting you go out into the wilderness there and figuring out what you need to do for yourself.
Yes, please. Set me free. I will
Okay.
I will do what I will find my own way. I just want to be free again.
Okay. Well, that's fine. But I suppose if that's the case, I hope that things go well for you. Next thing, Tom. Tom, that's your original name, right?
Yes.
I'd suggest you change your name to something that makes you a bit less of a wanted man. I'm assuming whoever put you up there is still going to want to put you back up there at least.
Nah. I will need a new name.
Might I give you a suggestion?
Sure.
I'm gonna eye them up for a second. How commendable, how tough of a person does he look? Or is he...
He's quite sort of emaciated, having been, dead and hanging over the ocean for, an unknown amount of time. But he looks like he was a tough motherfucker before he, met his end.
I'd suggest something like Sean Steele. Let's go with that. What you need to come up, or something cool. Come up with a name that really, sells your story. You're an undead pirate that cheated death, so really try to live up, play into the character, you know?
Indeed. Please simply untie me then.
Well, I squint. I'm gonna go, we'll save that for, once we get you off towards the tree line, okay, friend? I do trust you, but I don't trust you because you're kind of undead. You have to understand.
Of course. But you're not going to just throw my tied-up body on the beach, are you?
I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you loose when you're there. But the last thing I want to tell you, friend, is once you're well on your own, though, I want to ask you if you'll get yourself established. Write to me sometime, okay?
Of course. What was your name again?
My name is Captain Sarko Two Legs.
Sarko Two Legs. Now that's a cool name.
Oh, well, you say that, but it's really more of a joke at my own expense. I knock my fist on my wooden peg leg. But
how'd you lose it, bud?
Well, I could tell you the story I have about getting my leg bit off when I was going fishing over in the ocean back when I was just starting my job here.
His
The
eyes go
truth
wide,
is-
and he interrupts. He says, "Did you meet old Red Eyes?"
If anybody asks, you tell them I did. But the truth is, and I'll tell you this: I got a cut on a nail back when I was 12, and it went green. Doctors just took it off as a precaution. I was coughing up and fucking vomiting. I got that sick. It was terrible.
If anyone asks, you should tell them old Red Eyes took it.
I'll save that. You know what? That's going to be the story once I get a proper name for myself. Okay, I'm just starting out right now, you know.
Of course.
But if you get somewhere, I want to hear about it. I want to be able to tell people I'm the one who lit old Sean or whatever you come up with off the hook.
Or off the noose, as it were.
Exactly. But we'll go ahead and put you off on there, and you can go and figure out what you want to do. Okay. And you take care of yourself. We'll be making landfall soon enough, and then you can go and figure things out. I'd suggest you start coming up with a plan or something. Though I suppose you're not going to have to worry too much about eating anymore, right?
I still like to, but I don't think I need to.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to go ahead up and head over to my quarters, but best of luck, and you better come up with something clever. Don't disappoint me, okay?
All
Well,
right. So,
go ahead.
morning comes.
Mm-hmm.
Morning comes. Adjust the calendar. It is now day 4.
We
Morning.
will,
Morning
good
comes.
morning. Go ahead.
I need to roll for weather and wind. Clear skies, normal sailing speed, 15
Mhm.
hexes today. So you're gonna spend 3 hexes to reach the beach over here.
Mm-hmm.
It is now sunrise. Tom is dead. Are you planning on leaving his untied corpse on the
Yep.
beach somewhere?
We're not going to put him on the beach. We don't want him to get pulled out by high tide. We're going to go ahead and
A little
get
bit in,
his,
just in
just anywhere under. We'll get him over there. Put him there. We'll give him a water skin of rum. From the stuff, just help him out on his first day. Put him under a tree somewhere, untied.
All right.
And we'll let him. We'll let him figure his stuff out. We're not gonna do too much more for him, but just a little something to make it so that if he ever gets reestablished or something, the undead dread pirate or whatever, he'll know that we at least tried to end things on good terms.
All right. Tom will return, but for now, you sail down here. You've now used 4 hexes of your sea movement for today, and you arrive back in Port Fortune.
Mm-hmm. I told you if he ever returns as an undead fucking dread pirate, we better be best of friends.
It just turns out we didn't check. He has a zombie bite. We unleash a zombie plague on the island.
If we did, and we end up becoming zombies, at least he'll like us, right?
Yeah.
You know what? If he does create a zombie army, I'll tell him we can work together to take down Fork Albatross, okay?
Hey, it's fine. It'll just turn into that DLC for Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. I like
Hear
that
me out.
DLC. That's fine.
If he becomes the big bad, at least I have a feeling that now he'll be kind enough to tell us not to come into school tomorrow. Whatever that equivalent is in setting.
All right. So,
Alright.
Sarko, meanwhile, boy, I sure do hope that my crew is having a good time camping out on that beautiful tropical island I left them on, and that nothing bad is happening to them.
I trust them. I trust them. We're a bunch of go-getters. Anyways, we're gonna take our little nice parrot,
Mhm.
and we're gonna go ahead and walk straight over to Curio Emporium. I'm assuming our little friend Armando there is gonna get us a fucking great deal.
Oh yes. So you come back over to Armando, who you have previously had an interaction with, as he bought the ring from which helped fund your initial expedition. Here is Armando. Armando is he's a great guy. He's so charming and trustworthy.
My type of guy, right?
His shop is made from the overturned hull of an old trade ship, now upside down and turned into a store. There is the hull has been painted in this garish palette of green and purple and gold colors. There is a plaque hung over the door, which with eloquent, flowing calligraphy reads, "The Curio Emporium, Antiques, Oddities, and Treasures Beyond Belief." As you enter into the room, into the shop, there's hanging silk curtains and florid rugs which decorate the interior. Shelves are stocked with glittering relics, glass cases holding jewels polished to a mere shine. Armando, the antiquarian, eagerly greets you. "Ah, Captain Sarko Two-Legs. Wonderful to see you again. I hope you are here to buy. I hope your quest has been a success. I have many fine things you would love to have."
Oh, oof. Sarko, you always have the best stock. But I'm afraid today, once again, I'm not going to be a buyer. I have an item that I know you'll absolutely adore.
He seems a little disappointed that you are not here to buy, but he is interested. Tell me, Captain, what wonderful treasures have you uncovered? Gold, jewels, gems, magic?
I'm sorry, I'm writing down a joke for later. When this one hits, it's gonna kill you guys. Anyways, I come up and I'm like, well, allow me to introduce you to, it's honest to God, it's another holdover from my dear wife, but
Oh, Captain,
just
you told me that ring was the last keepsake you had, and I paid you good coin for that.
Well, that's because that one was a keepsake. This is more of a practical concern.
Of course. What do we have?
I pull out I show them the parrot. You see, this right here is a miraculous item. You see, not only is it a beautiful piece of engineering, it serves a use to any accountant that you could possibly run into. Behold. I hit the button and I have it play the recorded message.
What is that? Armando says. Is that some sort of recording of someone's voice? It plays it back just like a real parrot.
Exactly. Amazing, right? And that voice is my beautiful one, trust me. But I will tell you this. It is a absolutely wonderful thing right there. I like it so much. It's so fucking goofy and hilarious, but I'm afraid... I came to terms with the fact that pen and paper might just be something I can deal with. But what do you think about it?
May I take a closer look?
Oh, please inspect it. Go ahead. I would never tell you not to, by all means, even try it before you buy it.
He sort of takes it up and looks it over and says, well, it looks, you can see, it's quite worn from use. You can see all of the smudging and the prints here. It will require cleaning at the very least. And,
I understand.
And I would it looks like this clockwork is quite delicate. I would want to send it back to a clockmaker, make sure that they can make sure it's repairable. So I will have expenses. But it is a very fine piece of work, very fine indeed. Not make any mistakes about it. Very well, Captain. Please, demonstrate to me how the recording works. That may be important. You demonstrate the switch and how to record new sound and how to play it back. And he nods. Very well. I will offer you 240 pieces of gold.
240 pieces of gold, you say?
And understand, I'm taking a risk here, Captain, because I'm going to have to put more gold into this, paying a watchmaker and getting it cleaned and all sorts of things, and probably I'm going to have to send it back to the capital to sell. I'm taking a gamble, but for a friend, 240.
I could do that, but realistically, I'm going to be honest here. I'd want to try and push it up to about 300. Is that something you could deal with?
I don't know, friend, but I do have something I could throw in. He goes over. First he picks up a hat, a handsome red fez, and he looks as if he's about to try and sell it to you, but then he realizes you already have a very nice. It would be a shame to mess with the style. He shakes his head and puts it back down. And then he picks up a figure of a skeleton made of some sort of iron. It's a small figure, maybe 6 inches, of a human skeleton. And he says, 240, but I throw in this art piece. And this is not just any art piece, mind you. This was stolen from the crypt of Nef-Kazan right as it collapsed. One of the only pieces of treasure to make it out. The idol is said to attract coins to it. He pulls out a gold coin from his pocket and sticks it to the skeleton, which sticks to it as if it were magnetic.
Huh.
Yeah, so a magnet, but it works with gold.
Aye.
Does it attract other precious metals too? Platinum, silver, copper, or only gold?
I have not tested it with platinum, nor silver. Well, I have tested it with silver. It does not seem to work on silver, only gold. Also iron. It works on normal iron as well. But yes. I believe that it has within it the spirit of old Nef-Kazan. I would normally sell this for quite a lot of coin, but for you, in part of the trade here, the 240, and I throw in this, the idol.
I'll take it.
All right.
So
He will give you 240 gold. Captain Sarko, you have earned 240 experience.
240. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do.
Also,
is...
because you have a sufficient wisdom stat, you actually get 5% bonus on top of that.
Ooh.
Damn.
So that's going to be, what is that? 5 plus 240
Times
0.05 is 12 extra. Okay.
It's a small amount, but it does add up.
Oh, yeah, if it gets you there quicker, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I'm going to do is say to him, One last. Okay, well, thank you for the money, and I'm glad that we've done this. But do you have any do you have any hats that you would say are particularly intimidating?
Intimidating. Well,
Not too expensive, though. That's the one thing. I'm buying this for a friend, not myself.
Well, I have right here. I was going to offer this to you, but your hat is quite fine, and it really completes your look. I wouldn't want to diminish that.
Armando, you flatter me.
Armando doesn't care much for hats, though. Armando likes to show off the lovely locks.
It's so wavy and perfect. I feel like a hat would undersell the way it frames your face. You're doing a great job.
But let me show you this. He pulls out a handsome red fez, and he holds it up, and he says, "This is no ordinary red fez, but this was once owned by a legendary sorcerer. Wearing this would be a sure sign of one's great wisdom and magical accoutrement."
I'm going to be honest. I'm looking for something that's great and all, but I'm talking like a tricorn or like something more appropriate for that kind of thing.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, I have several tricorder hats right over there.
I'm sorry, Armando. I love. It's a very lovely piece. I'll make sure to tell my other crewmen about it once I see them. You might see some of them coming around as soon as payday hits. Okay?
Of course.
I'm gonna go ahead and get I'm going to get a tricorn, not the most expensive one.
All right.
One that isn't shabby.
All right. Knock off a gold piece, and you could have an extra hat.
Okay. Next, last thing. Does he have like a cheap sword?
Oh, of course. A cheap sword, a standard sword costs 10 gold pieces.
Okay. And I'll pay that for a sword. Where do I record all this money, by the way?
So on your character sheet, you will see a treasure category.
Mhm.
You can add gold pieces to that. If you go to the compendium, there's actually a GP item you just drag on.
So where do I find the compendium?
Okay. So the compendium is in the top right. It's the little closed book icon. Under advanced fantasy equipment, which is like the third one down, if you just do a search in there, you'll find GP, and you can just add a GP item to your equipment.
Okay.
You were going to learn something very sad at this moment, Captain Sarko.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you do that, you will find that coins have weight.
I am aware.
So you had 240, although you've just spent 11. So
229.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm assuming they weigh one each.
Yep.
So yeah.
Weight is listed in coins in this system.
All right.
So you will notice that with this encumbrance system, if you are up to 400 coins is the first increment. Up to 600 coins of weight is the second increment. Up to 800 coins is the third increment. And now that you are carrying a large bag of coins, you are, I believe, over 800 into the last increment.
Which I'm going to go straight to the ship, though.
Right.
And,
yeah. Once you're on the ship,
thank
then
goodness.
So you should all have access to the Gilded Goose character sheet, which is supposed to have inventory. Let me fix that real. Enable inventory. So I can just I'll just drag those coins over to the Gilded Goose, and then I'll delete them from your sheet, copy them, and cut and paste. But if you were at that many, at that much, your speed is reduced at each one of those little markings on your encumbrance tracker at the bottom of your.
Well, if that's sorted, I'm going to go ahead and delete that out of my inventory. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to the ship and drop off the money. And then after that, I'm going to go over to wherever the shipwright is and buy a new sail.
All right. We'll just say that a new sail for a ship, because I don't have a price for that, but that is a lot of canvas. So I'll probably say that it's probably going to run you 100 coins.
Okay, we'll take it off.
All right. I'll subtract that from the amount on the goose, 29.
Also add the treasure to it, if you will.
Right.
The little thing.
Which little thing?
the thing that Armando gave me, the gold
Oh,
magnet.
right.
I love the fact that Armando and me both know that we're full of shit.
It's great.
Let's see.
Just a scammer trying to scam another scammer.
He's like, I'll give you this magnet that does gold. Me. God damn it, he knows that I like random bullshit.
I mean, maybe it can be used as a metal detector. That could be useful for the smuggler's bit.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right.
You look at you, clever. Jeez, we think alike, which means it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I have added the magnetic skeleton to the Gilded Goose treasure.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
With that done, we'll go. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, grab that, and I'm gonna go over back to the Salamander Isles thing. We're gonna go back off to that spot. I'm gonna stop by the Skella friend that we dropped off, if that's okay.
Okay.
He's getting the tricorn hat, the sword, and he's getting a single gold piece.
Why are you investing in this NPC more than you invested me on the island of feral gorillas?
Because I liked his gumption. I like the cut of his jib. I don't have a better explanation.
All right.
You have to understand. This guy is going to be interesting. And if there's one thing you have to understand about Sarko, it's that he likes interesting things. Let's go ahead and head up to the island now.
All right. So let's see. It was 4 to get to Port Fortune, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, and then plus a turn, plus a couple of, plus like an hour on at Port Fortune. You'll be able to arrive back at the shipwreck just at sundown. So we need to catch the other team back up in time.
Yeah.
I'm over here making a fucking horrible fucking, dread pirate start of his story ready. This motherfucker, his entire plot is going to be getting revenge on the man that hung him. I'm over here
Yeah.
just like, let's sow some chaos. What'd you guys
All right. So
I mean, that's fun.
I do want to ask at this time, does everyone have time for another hour or so of game, or is this where we're going to need to end?
I have nowhere to go.
I mean, I usually end this a little bit later than this, but I am also in a time zone where that is not necessary. So I'm willing to go a little longer.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's only 9 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
All right. So you return. We go back in time to the Temple of Monkeys. Little after morning, where you all did not get very much sleep last night and were dragged through the jungle in the night. Captain and the pirate monkeys are going to lead you to something they called the Sundome. Captain takes you back across in front of the jade statue. The door on the other side, revealed by Mallory's lantern. Captain moves up, sort of cautiously opens this door, and then jumps back, revealing a hallway. As Mallory steps forward enough to illuminate it, you can see the following. You see a overgrown hallway. In the distance, sort of...
Oh my goodness.
In the distance, at the end of the hallway, a bejeweled bronze door shines on the opposite side. But the hallway between is full of dense vines which cover the walls and the floor. You see a bunch of monkey skeletons and corpses in various states of decay, tangled in the undergrowth and riddled with small feathered darts. The captain smiles as he looks at you all and then gestures towards the hallway. And he says, "Great treasure behind Sundome. Bring it to Captain, and you go from..."
Goodman just feel white. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm going to... wait.
The monkeys sort of bounce around, laughing as they hold up all of your equipment. Laugh as they look expectantly at you to go down the hallway with dart-ridden corpses.
I'm going to take a cautious step onto the threshold of this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna use my skill. Find or remove traps.
So, want to take a step back at this point. So
Okay.
skills in this edition should be considered your fail-safe.
Oh, okay.
They're your backup. If you tell me that if you want to do nothing more than tell me I'm going to try and find and remove traps. Actually, find and remove traps is specifically for traps that are on that are small traps on like a door or a treasure chest.
Okay.
For larger traps like this, I don't want you to tell me what skill you're going to use, because most characters don't have them. I want you to tell me
Okay.
what it is you were doing, how it is you were attempting to locate these traps.
Okay, I'm gonna take a few of my, the pebbles that I used for my slingshot and just kind of throw them down the hallway and just see if anything happens when they, like, clink across the floor.
Okay. You throw some pebbles down the hallway, and roll a d6.
Oh, okay.
Nothing happens. It's probable that if there are, it's probable that it requires more force than that to set off whatever in this hallway. The captain simply watches you curiously, letting you take your time.
Okay. Well, first things first, we have to get rid of the vines, correct? Or else we'll trip over the vines and we'll just get annihilated by Doc. Right? We can all agree on that, yes?
Vine trip. Vine bad.
Vine
King
boom, sorry.
King, you're strong, right?
Strongest kobold in world.
Do you think Goodman ruffles through his inventory? The Royal Navy, at least, he taught him to be very well prepared for adventures. He pulls out a grappling hook. Do you think you can throw this all the way across the entire hallway, and then we can pull it and get some of these vines out of the way?
Of course. King can throw hook.
So, is there a skill I need to use for this, or do I just kind of throw the hook at the end of the hall?
So what is your intention here with the hook? What are you trying to hook it onto? Just some of the vines like down the hall?
Rip the vines out to clear a path.
Okay. Yeah. I don't
And
really see
Goodman
any
has 50 feet of rope.
50 feet of rope. Okay. So you get started. King just sort of chucks the hook as far as he can down the hallway. Due to the low ceiling, he probably can't get it all the way down the hall. Well, the hall is 65 feet long anyway, so the rope wouldn't reach the very end regardless. But you probably can't get it all the far as King could throw it if there weren't a ceiling. But you throw it, 10, 20, 30 feet down the hall, and you start dragging it back out. The hook, naturally, is going to get tangled in some of the vines, which are dense and thick, but you start ripping some of them out. As you're pulling it back, some of the vines get tangled up in one of the monkey corpses, and it seems to press a pressure plate about 10 feet in down the hall, and a bunch of a flurry of darts fly out of one of the walls, out of holes in one of the walls, peppering the other side. Had you been standing on that pressure plate, you would have surely been punctured.
Not good.
But you take, say, 10 minutes or so of throwing the hook out, pulling it back out, and you start ripping out a bunch of these vines, and you're able to reveal the first pressure plate. I will use this table. Get down. Use that. There's a pressure plate about 10 feet into the cave, or into the tunnel. You can now see that and avoid it. With that, you're able to move in a little closer. There's still thick vines farther down.
Be careful.
King will very cautiously tiptoe around the pressure.
He stays close to Goodman to provide the lantern. You get to the edge of where you've cleared off the vines, and I suppose you're going to repeat this process. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that's a really solid idea. So,
All right.
try again.
All right. Another 10 minutes pass. You find another pressure plate. You sort of pile out the monkey corpses and the vines. Pile them out here. The pirate monkeys start removing the garbage you pull out.
Floating corpses.
Another 10 minutes. You find another pressure plates, and then another 10 minutes, you find another one. It's taken you 40 minutes to clear the tunnel of these vines, ripping them out piece by piece, pulling them out, and then sort of hacking away at the remains until the hallway is clear and the floor is revealed. And eventually, you will reach the end of the hallway.
Yeah.
As you do so, you reach the sun door, as described by by Captain. It's a round bronze door carved with astrological symbols arranged in rings. At the center is a sunburst slotted with a dim red jewel worth hundreds of gold.
Ooh. Okay.
There are two plinths on either side of the door, each holding a terracotta statue of a warrior dressed in very scaly geometric armor. The armor is, of course, also terracotta. The statues are kneeling with smiles on their faces. So to describe the door itself, the door is round and has a gemstone, a red jewel set straight in the center of it, which is slotted straight into the center of a sunburst symbol.
How do door open?
Captain calls down the hall. You smart! You open door. Then we let you go.
I will cautiously step into the room.
Pom Pom will follow.
These terracotta warriors are grinning. Oh, we can't wait for you to slip up, boy.
That's what Pom Pom's worried about.
King will touch gemstone.
He says that aloud, looking to the rest of the group.
I mean, usually Pom Pom's familiar with doors where you put gems into them and then they open, but it's different when it's a door that already has a gem in it. But Pom Pom's worried about the warriors. I don't know if we touch it if they don't like that.
King have hammer. King can smash.
They are made of terracotta. But what if we need them to open the door? Like, what if we need to make them happy or something, and then they'll let us in?
Captain Gorilla had key on.
He does. It's worth noting you do not see any sort of keyhole on this.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'ma just touch the gemstone, see if it's loose, if it can be removed.
All right.
Or shifted.
King, you
Pom
notice.
Pom's gonna step back.
Yeah.
King, you notice something interesting. When you move to stand in front of, when you move to touch the gemstone, as your hand casts a shadow over the gem, you notice that it seems to continue reflecting light, in your shadow, for a few moments before it dims.
Chris.
But then if you touch it, nothing happened. It feels like a gem. Perhaps a little warmer than you might expect.
Okay. And it's solidly like affixed.
Yes. You would have to get like a tool and sort of pry it out to try and remove it. You could if you grabbed like a chisel or some sort of wedge. You could probably pry it out. But
For later.
Yeah.
For later.
For later.
King have idea. You, good man.
Yes.
Bring lantern.
Okay.
Goodman takes the lantern from Mulroy and pulls it up. As you hold the lantern closer to the gem, you see that the gem sort of reflects the lantern. It sort of gives off. It seems to absorb the light and give it back in the same amount.
Oh, wait a minute. What is on the opposite side where the gorilla captain? Is there a statue back here? Is this puzzle way bigger than we think it is?
So you remember across the hall from the statue was the throne room of the captain, and then there was a locked, or well, you don't know it was locked, I suppose, but there was a pair of double stone doors next to it.
Is this a dungeon-spanning laser puzzle?
That would be so cool, honestly.
So, idea did not work. King thought lantern would do something. Gemstone.
I realize.
Should we?
I-
Sorry.
I realize that Goodman has pointed something out that I probably didn't describe well enough. Back in the statue room, there is a light is shining down on that statue from a dome in the ceiling.
Oh,
Aha. Perhaps we should retrace our steps.
I mean,
I can have another idea.
Pom Pom, you said it yourself earlier.
Pom Pom, chicanery,
Chicanery?
mirror.
Mirrors! Right. Right. Yeah. Pom Pom has mirrors. Pom Pom, I have, how many mirrors do I have? I have 3 mirrors.
Yeah.
That's probably more than you need, but
Yeah.
but you do have them.
Pom Pom is going to excitedly skip through the vines
Mm-hmm.
and annoying the panels and stuff. And she's gonna come back out into like the hallway.
As you do so, Captain is I'm gonna expand the light. It should probably illuminate more than.
There we go.
As you come back in, Captain looks at silly Sally. You have not opened Sundoor. Have you chosen death?
No, group has found a solution to the sun door. We think that it actually needs to have sun on it, and Pom Pom has mirrors. Pom Pom needs to get the light from that statue over there to the gemstone in the sun door, and then maybe it will open. I mean, it is called the sun door after all.
Captain, watch. Do sun.
Pom Pom is going to do sun. I imagine, I don't know if it'll need more than 1 or 2, but if Pom Pom needs to like get a monkey over to help angle the mirrors or something, then I'll do that.
Yeah, so like the sun is shining directly down on the statue. So Pom Pom, you sort of think that if you have someone standing right here, like angling it to catch the beam so that it goes down, so it goes south, and then someone else catches it here to turn it to go east with a second mirror, that would work.
Yeah, so Pom Pom is just going to ask Captain if they can get a... Pom Pom needs a volunteer from the audience for this one.
Love Pom Pom.
Oh, I volunteer.
Great. Pom Pom's going to hand you this very special mirror. It's all part of the show. And then I need you to stand right there. And then Pom Pom kind of like points in front of her.
The little monkey bounces up, and he's holding the mirror up in front, up above his head with both hands. And you sort of guide him, angling it. I just stand here like this.
Yes, perfect. Now all Pom Pom needs to do is, and then she's going to try to angle it just right so that it kind of goes down the hallway, and then she's going to shout so like King can hear her, like, everybody stand clear, the trick's about to happen.
Oh, trick happened. Excited.
All right. As you carefully line up the mirror just so that you can shine a beam of focused sunlight square onto that spherical gem in the center of the sun door, the gem begins glowing brightly as it absorbs the sunlight, and then the light flows out from the gem through the sunburst pattern on the door, and the door then creaks and opens.
It worked!
Inside, there is a pedestal. It stands at the center of a full-floor mosaic depicting a blazing green sun. And on the center of this pedestal, surrounded by the green sun, is a massive, brilliant, beautiful diamond the size of a coconut.
Oh!
When the sunlight, still being reflected by Pom Pom, hits the diamond, it reflects into a dazzling glare. Everyone in the room, King, Davy Goodman, and Mulroy, please make a save versus wands.
Oh no. Okay.
All right. On your character sheet, you will see a button. You will see under your saving throws, wands. If you just click that button, and then you click roll, it will roll that for you.
Three of us.
A saving throw kind of works the opposite of an ability score, in that you'll want to roll over the value. So your saving throw values become lower as you level up. So right now your save versus wands is a 15. When you're at a higher level, it will go. They will go down.
Got it.
Or well, it's a 15 for Mulroy. It's a 9 for King and a 13 for. All right. as this brilliant prismatic light comes off the dazzling glare, you are momentarily mesmerized, but as you are intelligent, you are not animals, you are able to shake it off after a moment. But you were momentarily dazzled. Anything of beast level intelligent would be mesmerized on a fail.
Okay,
So
Goodman, having your time spent in the Royal Marines, you've seen a lot of very valuable treasure. You would estimate that a diamond of this size would be worth 10,000 gold pieces.
my God.
okay, now, group huddle gang.
King,
Yes,
not
sir?
take shiny rock.
Captain down the
No,
hallway. Now bring Gem to Captain.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
right, of course. I am of a certain belief that this gorilla is not going to let us live. Does anyone else get that sense? That we shouldn't trust a gorilla on their word? That this is insanity?
Yes.
You're lucky Pom Pom isn't here to have this conversation, because she'd have you know that we should honor this deal.
Pom Pom, if you want to, there's no longer a door for you to shine your your mirror on. So if you want to like skip back down the hallway and rejoin your companions, you can.
Yeah, Pom Pom's gonna be like, they haven't come back for too long. Either something horrible has happened, or they're having a conversation without me. And Pom Pom knows that they need to have proper legal counsel, and Pom Pom's the only one that actually has a lawyer.
Captain does not know what a lawyer is, but it sounds.
Yeah, see, that's more
important.
concerning. What are these human rights? What are these Geneva Conventions?
Pom Pom wonders what's taking so long.
We find shiny gem, but gorilla, not trustworthy.
Right, so that's
I
easily
mean-
worth $10,000, or I firmly believe that if we shine it in their bestial eyes, we can book it, and we can just hope that the captain has finally returned their voyage. And let's be honest here, we're dead either way. That gorilla is gonna kill us.
Pom Pom doesn't feel the same. If Gorilla was gonna kill us, he would have done it by now. He needed us to get the door open.
But gorilla no longer have use for us.
Yeah, but we did something for him.
Pom Pom can negotiate.
Oh God.
Pom Pom thinks if Pom Pom could negotiate getting out there to shine the mirror, maybe we could get that trident that you wanted.
King want trident? Yes.
I mean, this gem much bigger and shinier than trident.
Yes.
And I mean, Pom Pom thinks, I guess backup plan doesn't work. Mirror trick always works. We can just make sure we can shine it on the gem again. And, just in case.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. all right.
Or maybe we leave this gem behind and we get the other ones from the statue. I mean, sure, lesser haul, but think about it. We have the light continuing to shine on that gem and they'll stay mesmerized and allow us to get away easier.
Oh,
If we take the gem with us, we don't know how much longer that they're going to be hypnotized.
that is good point. 10,000 point.
You're pretty skilled at hiding things, right, Pom Pom?
Sure. Pom Pom
This
does
diamond
have
is
a
the
very good ability to hide things.
This diamond is the size of a coconut. You're not like.
Yeah.
But Pom Pom doesn't know where Pom Pom would put that.
I was thinking more of the gem, but the gem's stuck it's still stuck in the door. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
door rolled aside. I don't know if we can get to it.
It like opened. It like opened. The gem's
Oh,
on
okay.
one side of the door. You could attempt to pry that out.
Ooh.
Looking at it, it looks like a ruby worth about 700.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
That's a little something.
Captain still has the ship, remember? We already have a haul.
Oh, that true.
I just hate to come back to the captain empty-handed, saying that we were absconded with a bunch of monkeys with nothing to show for it.
Well, King will take trident.
All right.
King is going to go over and cautiously pick up the giant diamond.
All right. You pick up a giant diamond worth 10,000 gold pieces. You feel as if if you were to bring this back to town, you'd probably level up.
Oh yeah.
Pom Pom, in going with their backup plan of needing somebody to shine a mirror onto the diamond, Pom Pom's just going to happily skip back through this hallway and then proudly announce the the diamond is coming. Everybody get ready. You're gonna get your treasure. Da 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 da. And then she's gonna stand in the conveniently in the spotlight.
Before I go, actually, I'm gonna try and get the ruby off the door. I'm just gonna use my warhammer. Can I just try?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. You don't really need to make a roll. It's just, you take a moment to like, get a wedge in there and to pry it out of the facets. It ceases to glow as it's removed from the door, as it becomes no longer magical. It is now just a spherical ruby worth 700 gold pieces. Please add that to your inventory.
Ooh. All right.
Spherical ruby? You mean a cabochon?
Yes.
I know my words.
A what?
A cabochon. It is a way to cut a gem where you make it like, you don't add facets, but you just make it into a very smooth, rounded shape.
Oh my god, Carmine's back, guys.
Why do we've seen a rock collection. There's a reason why we played a person that did shit with rocks.
I know.
I love it. I love that for you.
Wonderful. All right, I'm adding the thing.
All right. And one of the things I will use this opportunity to tutorialize is that most gemstones have effectively negligible weight. So as you previously saw, when the captain suddenly had 240 gold pieces, that encumbered them.
Yeah.
700 gold pieces worth of ruby, however, is basically negligible.
Okay.
Now, this coconut-sized diamond, I would apply weight to. But for right now, I'm ignoring it because you're just kind of holding it in your hands. But if you were to store it in your backpack, I would apply. I would apply a cumbrance value. But most gemstones are effectively negligible weight. This makes when you're a wealthy adventurer, you probably are going to want to buy gemstones, not just sell them, as they become a much more efficient storage of value. Also, that puts a lot of use into things like bejeweled daggers and things.
Ooh.
Cause like a bejeweled dagger, with gold and silver might be worth 10,000 gold pieces or something crazy if it's fancy enough, but it still only weighs as much as a dagger. So, that's something to consider. But all right, King and Mulray, I'll just kind of pull you all down the hall, avoiding all of the traps, of course.
So ready for plan B, which hopefully we don't get to. Goodman will ready his mirror too in his hand.
All right.
King,
as you come out, Captain's eyes go wide as saucers as he looks at the diamond. You give to Captain. He holds out his hand.
Looked out of character, kind of, because I forgot exactly what the steps of the plan were.
No, I mean, you can give it the diamond to hit, as long as he doesn't, leave with the diamond. I mean, I assume he's probably just going to be looking at it. As long as it's still visible, we can still do our plan whenever.
That's true. That's so true.
It's literally a plan B, because we can just do it as long as it's visible.
Yeah. You know what? I will...
King, why are you rolling up a new character? You haven't died yet.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I just kind of hit a button.
Might be a smart move, to be honest. You're playing 4D chess.
Well, I'm anyway. Hopefully, I will not die when I hand this man the gemstone here.
The captain takes this massive diamond in his gorilla paw, looks at it, and then the captain decides he needs to see this in the sunlight. He scampers over here, throws his monkey away.
They're just doing it for us.
He holds it in the sunlight, and it immediately begins shimmering with a prismatic aura. And because the captain is looking directly at it and not trying to avoid it, he becomes mesmerized with its beauty. The pirate monkeys all begin hooting and hollering and sort of coming in and trying to get their own looks. The monkeys are completely distracted by the shimmering prismatic gemstone.
King will take advantage of the situation and snag that fucking trident. It's mine.
All right.
Time to take our leave.
King
Pom agrees.
King goes up to the statue, which has the trident in one hand and the triangular gemstone in the other, and you grab the trident with the red gold and pull it out. pull it out of the statue's hands. The monkeys are completely distracted. They do not even notice as you as you take the jade statue's red gold trident.
I'm gonna take the triangle gemstone too, because you know what?
All right, taking the triangle gemstone too. I've been saying triangle, but as it's more of a tetrahedral shape of green crystal, which, as you look at it, you see a flickering spark within.
I hope that nothing bad happens when you remove it.
Nothing bad happens when you
Yeah,
remove
I'm realizing.
We really should get going
sir,
now.
I think we should
before,
leave now.
Yes.
All right.
Running.
All right. While the monkeys are distracted, you scamper down out the door. Careful not to slip on the banana peels. No, literally, the module says if you run through this room, you have a chance of falling on your ass.
That's great.
And from all the rotten fruit. And then out the door and back into the jungle. All right. I'm going to add the Temple of the Monkeys to your map.
We're going to come back there eventually, murder every single one of them, and get that fucking rock.
That's a
I
good
told
rock.
y'all the captain gonna be mad.
Oh,
Don't
He's
listen.
still no. How can the captain be mad when he was not expecting us to even come out with treasure now? Like, yeah, sure, we didn't get the big one, but like that would have been too risky. That's what made us get out of there.
I would never get mad at you for being cautious. I would, however, get mad at you for getting caught. Anyways.
I'm gonna put Captain's token here on the map, and then I'm gonna relabel that Temple of. You can know where it is if you want to return.
For a half second, I had a devious idea to activate the terracotta soldiers while they were mesmerized.
That would have been fun.
That would have been certainly one way that could have went. But yes, the away party flees the Temple of the Monkeys. And makes it back to the beach just as nightfall is approaching, just as the Gilded Goose is sailing up into the area.
King waves to the ship, holding his new trident in hand triumphantly. Ah!
I'm assuming, do I arrive just in time to find these chuckle fucks having another bonfire on the beach?
Yes. You arrive just before sunset. There are no more pirate monkeys here. The crew, they look haggard and exhausted, as if they have not slept in 48 hours, because except for a couple of hours of sleep they got before on watch, they haven't. They've been running for the past couple of hours, fleeing the monkey temple, and King is waving a red gold trident, and we'll probably show you the gemstone.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pom Pom thinks it's a long story. We should get on the ship and talk about it there.
Okay, so you say that, but is there a reason why I'm not going to go tell the crew to stay up all night, fucking rig this thing up and drag it out at high tide?
Yes.
Let's go get in the dinghy. Tell me while Davy Goodman roast.
Yes. We should leave before monkeys. That is all
Monkeys.
King will say.
Yeah, Pom Pom wonders if you remember the rumor of talking monkeys Pom Pom heard about. We confirm that's not a rumor.
We're going to
The
go
monkeys
get
are mad, sir. The monkeys are so mad.
Okay, anyways, we have guns and ballistas, right?
On the ship, yes.
Let's get over here, guys. We're gonna go back onto the thing. Okay, guys. Get Tom off of here. He's not on the ship anymore. We've had a nice time.
Let me, Tom off to there. Make everybody else not invisible anymore.
Whee!
All right, you return to the ship. It is late. The sun is setting. It's going to be dark soon. The crew's already set anchor and are sort of like getting ready to end the day. As you come back on your little dinghy, pull up and get on deck.
Okay, so you guys are telling me that you got attacked by a bunch of crazy monkeys, did this cockamamie bunch of bullshit, lit a fire on the monkey island, which I'm not going to criticize you because it worked out, but also, what the fuck were you thinking? And finally, you show up with some treasure, which, great, good initiative. We have a lot to workshop here, though. So first off, we're going to come back and kill that guy and take his shit, right? That's like on the list of things we're gonna do later.
I guess.
I want that rock. Anyways, show me that gem, those gems that you guys captured, that you guys found.
King holds out the big ruby orb and also the triangle sparky gem. What I wrote on my.
Yes.
How much does it cost to keep everyone paid?
All of your crew. Your crew requires 250 gold pieces every month. Captain Sarko, you, due to your background as sort of
Despicable swindler.
a despicable swindler of the rich and famous, you recognize that trident that, or not the trident itself, but the material, that red gold that King is carrying. That is a very rare material, the red gold, and it is sometimes referred to as orichalcum.
Ooh.
The secret of making it is lost, but it is sometimes found in certain ancient relics or other mysterious sources, mysterious caches.
So comparable to Corinthian black gold, that's sort of an object, I see.
Yes, and although it is called red gold, it is very hard and sturdy and makes for very effective weapons and armor. Effectively, that trident is a +1 trident.
Well,
Can I?
And it's worth 1,000 gold pieces.
so Sarko kind of like starts stroking his beard there. So, King, I will tell you about that trident right there. We're going to make a contract written that you're going to sign that says that while you are able to use that trident, it is property of the ship.
Of course.
If we ever sell it, you will get a portion of its value. Okay? And I am willing to say, and I think everyone should agree, that you and the people who found it should get a higher percentage because you guys did do the initiative to find it. But
for the record, I'm operating under the assumption that every member who goes on the adventures are getting a share of treasure, whereas the crew never gets a share because that's
Understood.
They just get a wage, but they get a wage whether you find treasure or not.
Yeah. So I'm going to say is, so anybody who gets a share, I'm going to say, gets a bit of that. But did you take, who here, would you guys say that they took the initiative to grab that trident themselves? Was that part of them? Or I would just want to go with the normal share system if we ever sell a trident?
Yeah, that was King's initiative to grab the trident.
Well, in that case, we'll say the way that we'll divvy it up then is we'll just give them the equivalent of a second share, which is to say, instead of like a fifth, they'll get like 2/6 as compensation if we ever sell. Aside from that, for the 2 gems, I'm going to say that we should sell those immediately. Well, not sell those immediately. We should hold on to them, keep them in the bank. How much do I think the gems are worth?
So the spherical the spherical one easily worth 700 at market. That's what it's worth.
Yeah.
You'll have to bargain with Armando to get the full value, but
yeah, well, fuck Armando.
but that is what you would get 700 if you were to go back to the capital and get a fair price. That would be it would be 700 gold. The other gemstone, the tetrahedral one, you don't know what that's worth because you don't know what it is. It's some sort of green crystal, but it is a perfectly tetrahedral shape and seems to contain lightning inside of it.
Well, it's a good thing that I know. It's a good thing my mom likes me. Anyways, yeah, we'll ask fucking our favorite mama on the boat, the favorite little sea witch, what she thinks it's worth. Anyways, aside from that, guys, how we're still gonna grab that boat and pull it out and get that up. What we're going to do is we're going to wait until high tide, so that it's basically surrounded by water. So if those monkeys try to come out, they're going to be swimming. If they try to come up to us while they're swimming, we'll just shoot them while they're coming after us. They'd have to be idiots, and they might be. But if they try to fight us while it's high tide and there's water everywhere, we'll just kill them and take that gem anyways. So it's a win-win. Anyways, that's the plan. We'll then go ahead and get once the thing is on there, we'll go ahead, wait until low tide, pull it out real quick, and or whatever. We'll find a way to get it pulled out. and then we're gonna go take it into port. We're gonna do that. We're gonna run a skeleton crew on both ships, just enough to get it to limp back, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, friends, everybody on board. We'll sleep tonight. Get ready. Thoughts?
Aye.
I got it.
Excellent. All right, sleep well, guys. And all right.
All right.
So, do we need to do any rules or anything for the plan? Does that go off without a hitch?
That's where we're gonna leave things for tonight.
Excellent.
I will make a wandering monster roll for next time while you're doing this plan to see if anything interrupts you. But
Okay.
but assuming that goes well, then it will. You have a bunch of skilled sailors. You could pull this off.
Yeah.
It's mostly just a matter of how long it takes and if there's interruption. But yeah, this is where we are going to end for the night. With you resting for the night on the Gilded Goose. Next time we'll pick up with rescuing the wreck of the Stalwart and selling that and getting all of the heading back to town, selling the stuff, getting your first piles of XP, and all that. For my planning's sake, I know it might change because you're going to talk to Mama about whatever the tetrahedral gem is, but is your general plan after all of this sales, are you going to continue with the original plan of going to rob the smuggler's spit, or are you going to plan on a dungeon crawl on the Temple of the or are we going to go sailing somewhere else?
I say we kill the monkeys once we've leveled up. But that's just me metagaming. Because I want more HP to sort of like buffer me before we go dungeon crawling with 7 health points on my ass.
All right.
Yeah.
So
the
plan is squishy. So the plan is to leave the monkeys be for now. Try and get treasure elsewhere. So probably unless Mama gives you some plot hook, next time you'll go to Smuggler's Spit and make another run for.
That's the plan, essentially.
All right. Then next time we will begin. It will be day 5, and you will be recovering the wreck of the Stalwart.
And I'm happy to have enough money with that fucking 1 gem to make sure that all of my crew don't mutiny and kill me.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Honestly, paying the crew isn't a massive expenditure. But
it was a concern.
It is something that needs to be a concern, because they will mutiny and take your ship. They might not kill you if you let them, but...
Well,
go ahead, now.
I like to think that I'm a nice enough guy to where the crew likes me enough to not keel haul me.
Yeah.
But,
But, if you don't pay them, then,
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, then it's just business, but if you can't tell, I like people to like me, even if I'm a despicable little piece of shit.
It's the best way to be despicable. But all right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and say good night to our viewers. Thank you all for watching.
Good night.
Check out the description of the video below for all of my links to all of my things. Come join us in my Discord. You can come play games with me. If you're watching this the week that this goes up, I have a session 0 of a Worlds Without Number campaign this Friday. Marilyn's playing in that. Deeves is also playing in that. So if you're watching this the week I put it up, you can still join. And honestly, you could probably join even if you're watching it later in the future, because it might still be ongoing. Also, starting an Old School Essentials campaign, like 2 weeks from Saturday, or when? Time? There's a link in the description. It's got a time on it.
Yeah.
Go check it out there. Thank you all for watching. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.